I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, before we get started, I'll read this disclaimer. This is the January 4th, 2022 scheduled meeting of the Shelter Island Town Board. And for the record, we do have a quorum present. The notice of the meeting followed the open meetings law as amended by Executive Order 202.1, allowing meetings to take place telephonically or through other similar services. We will be using Zoom and we will be recording the meeting, which will be available upon request at Town Hall. Additionally, we will be following the voting protocol used by the Suffolk County Legislature at its March 17th, 2020 meeting. All voting on board actions and resolutions will be done by roll call, and we ask that all board members clearly state their name when making a motion and clearly state their vote when their name is called. As per Executive Order 202.1, there will be limited participants physically present at this meeting. The web link to view the meeting has been publicized, and members of the public have the ability to listen and to view the meeting. Okay. So with that said, we will start with our swearing in. Judge, it's a little different today. I don't think we've ever done this virtually before. So I guess we'll go one at a time. And I don't think we have a list who we're going to start with. We will start with Councilman Barbara Jean Iafola. You have to unmute yourself.
Unmute. BJ, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Repeat after me. I, BJ Iafola,
I, BJ Unfola,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States,
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the provisions of the Shelter Island Town Code,
the provisions of the Shelter Island Town Code,
and I will faithfully discharge my duties
and I will faithfully discharge my duties
as councilwoman for the town of Shelter Island
as councilman for the town of Shelter Island
to the best of my abilities, so help me God.
to the best of my abilities, so help me God.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Next, we have Councilman Amber Brock Williams.
Ready, Amber?
I'm ready.
Okay. I, Amber Brock Williams,
I, Amber Brock Williams,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the provisions of the Shelter Island Town Code,
the provisions of the Shelter Island Town Code,
and I will faithfully discharge my duties
and I will faithfully discharge my duties
as councilman for the town of Shelter Island
as councilman for the town of Shelter Island
to the best of my abilities, so help me God.
to the best of my ability, so help me God.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Next, we have the third member of our female majority, Margaret Lawson.
Ready, Meg?
I'm ready.
Okay. I, Margaret Lawson,
I, Margaret Lawson,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the provisions of the Shelter Island Town Code,
the provisions of the Shelter Island Town Code,
and I will faithfully discharge my duties
and I will faithfully discharge my duties
as councilman for the town of Shelter Island
as councilman for the town of Shelter Island
to the best of my abilities, so help me God.
to the best of my abilities, so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Next, we have our assessor, Pat Castoldi.
Ready, Pat? You have to unmute.
Not official till you unmute, Pat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, can you hear
Yeah.
me?
I can hear you. I,
Okey-dokey.
Patricia Castaldi,
I, Patricia Castoldi,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the provisions of the Shelter Island Town Code,
the provisions of the Shelter Island Town Code,
and I will faithfully discharge my duties
and I will faithfully discharge my duties
as assessor for the town of Shelter Island
as assessor for the town of Shelter Island
to the best of my ability, so help me God.
to the best of my ability, so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Pat.
Thank you.
Next, we have our town clerk, Dorothy Ogar.
Ready, Dot?
I'm ready.
Okay. I, Dorothy Ogar,
I, Dorothy Ogar,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the provisions of the Shelter Island Town Code,
the provisions of the Town Code,
and I will faithfully discharge my duties
and I will faithfully discharge my duties
as town clerk
as town clerk
for the town of Shelter Island
for the town of Shelter Island.
to the best of my ability, so
to the
help
best
me
of
God.
My ability, so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Dottie.
Thank you.
Okay, our tax receiver is busy collecting taxes, so we'll have to get her on her own. And I believe our superintendent of highways is out on Real Point with the county. They're setting up today, so we'll get them separate. So last but not least is me, Judge.
Okay. I, Jerry Siller,
I, Jerry Siller,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the provisions of the Shelter Island Town Code,
the provisions of the Shelter Island Town Code,
and I will faithfully discharge my duties
and I will faithfully discharge my duties
as supervisor for the town of Shelter Island
as supervisor for the town of Shelter Island
to the best of my ability, so help me God.
to the best of my abilities, so help me God. Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Okay, so before we start our meeting, I just want to, again, welcome everybody. It's been a kind of a strange time in Shelter Island history between COVID pandemic and trying to work around it, and retirements and resignations and things going on. But, you know, we haven't slowed down. We're moving forward, and I truly do look forward to working with the this town board. So with that said, we'll get going. We'll start with the resolutions. I think Meg, the way I'm looking at it, I see Meg, BJ, Amber, Jim, and then myself. So I think that's the order we'll go in, okay? So Meg, if you want to start reading the first resolution. Regarding the
You're
dates.
muted, Meg. Meg, you're muted.
Okay, I don't know if I was reading the right one anyway.
Regular
What about
meetings.
the meetings? Okay. Be resolved that the regular meetings of the town board of the town of Shelter Island will be held at 4:30 PM in the Shelter Island Town Hall, Shelter Island, New York, on the following dates: January 7th and 28th, February 18th, March 11th, April 8th and 29th, May 20th, June 10th, July 1st and 22nd, August 19th, September 9th and 30th, October 21st, November 18th, and December 9th, 2022. And be it further resolved that the work sessions of the town board of the town of Shelter Island will be held at 1 PM in the Shelter Island Town Hall, Shelter Island, New York, on the following dates: January 4th, 11th, 18th, and 25th, February 1st, 8th, 15th, and 22nd, March 1st, 8th, 15th, 22nd, and 29th, April 5th, 12th, 19th, and 26th, May 3rd, 10th, 17th, 24th, and 31st, June 7th, 14th, 21st, and 28th, July 5th, 12th, 19th, and 26th, August 2nd, 9th, 16th, 23rd, and 30th, September 6th, 13th, 20th, and 27th, October 4th, 11th, 18th, and 25th, November 1st, 9th, 15th, and 29th, and December 6th, 13th, 20th, 27th, all of 2022.
So moved. Supervisor Silla seconds and votes aye. Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Williams, Brock Williams,
Aye.
Councilman Colligan. You're on mute, Jim. So moved.
Aye. Thank you.
BJ,
Okay, be it resolved that the supervisor is hereby authorized to temporarily invest town funds not needed for immediate expenditure in certificates of deposit or special time deposit accounts in banks or trust companies of this state for highway, general, and federal funds. And be it further resolved that Chase Bank, Dime Community Bank shall be the official depositories for general, highway, and federal funds. And be it further resolved that Supervisor Gerald F. Siller, Councilwoman Amber Brock Williams, Councilman James Colligan, Barbara Jean Yanfola, and Councilwoman Margaret Ann Larson for the town of Shelter Island are hereby authorized to sign documents, including checks for the town of Shelter Island. And be it further resolved that Judy Merringer, Barbara Bloom, and Shelby Monday are hereby authorized to make transfer of town funds amongst the designated banks. So moved.
Brock Williams
Supervisor-
seconds. Oops.
go ahead.
I
That's
was-
good. Thanks, Jim.
Yeah, Brock-
Councilman
Brock
Colligan?
Seconds.
Aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Supervisor Silla, aye. So moved.
Be it resolved that Supervisor Gerard F. Siller, Councilman James Colligan, Barbara Jean Yanfola, Amber Brock Williams, and Margaret Ann Larson are hereby appointed to serve as police commissioners for the year 2022. So moved.
Councilman,
Jerry, are you up next?
Supervisor Silla seconds and votes aye. Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
so moved. Whereas the designation of two newspapers as the official papers of the town is required by statute, and whereas the Shelter Island Reporter has a paid circulation in the town of Shelter Island in excess of 2,000 weekly, said circulation being larger than any other newspaper having general circulation in the town. And Newsday also has a large circulation in the town. Now therefore be it resolved that the Shelter Island Reporter and Newsday are hereby designated as the official newspapers of the town of Shelter Island for the year 2022. So moved.
Councilman Colligan, seconds.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
so moved.
Whereas pursuant to section 29 of the town law, and the supervisor shall prepare and file with the town clerk within 30 days after expiration of each fiscal year, an annual financial report accounting for all monies received and dispersed by him. And whereas pursuant to subsection 10-A of section 29, the town board may determine by resolution that the supervisor shall submit to the town clerk within 60 days after the close of fiscal year a copy of the report to the state comptroller. Now therefore be it resolved that the supervisor shall submit to the town clerk within 60 days after the close of the fiscal year a copy of the report to the state comptroller required by section 30 of the general municipal law. So moved.
Supervisor
Councilwoman
Silva
second.
seconds and votes aye. Councilwoman, I'll just do up the seconds. It makes it easier. Councilwoman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
so moved.
Me, right?
You're up, Meg.
Yep.
All right. Be it resolved that town officials and employees will be reimbursed subject to audit at the rate of 0.585 per mile for their mileage on town business for the year 2022. Be it further resolved that town officials and employees will be reimbursed subject to audit for actual and necessary expenses incurred attending training programs and professional meetings, which will enhance their job skills. And be it further resolved that the request by town employee or official for such meetings or travel must be received prior to approval of the supervisor. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
so moved. BJ, I'm gonna do the next two. These are the ones I was talking about with some of the mistakes in them.
Oh,
Not
okay, I was
mistakes, just that I have to correct them. Be it resolved that Coco Lee Thurman is hereby appointed to serve as part-time clerk in the Receiver of Taxes Office as per the 2022 budget. So moved.
Brock Williams seconds and votes aye.
Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ian Fowler.
aye,
So moved. Be it resolved that Coco Lee Thurman is hereby appointed to serve as provisional assessment clerk for the year 2022 as per the 2022 budget. So moved.
Brock Williams seconds and votes aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ian Fowler,
aye.
Councilman Colligan.
Aye.
So moved.
Jerry, can I just do the next 12 and get it and do one at the end, or you have to do each one individually?
You have to name each one. We can, yeah,
But take a vote at the end of the next 12?
you can do it. I think that we can do
Trouble
that.
is, if somebody wants to vote against somebody, they can't do it.
Oh,
Oh, all right,
That's why they are done individually. Otherwise, we could
Gotcha.
have one resolution for the whole meeting.
believe me, BJ,
Yeah.
we've tried to streamline this. It just doesn't
I know.
ever seem to work.
damn, okay. Be it resolved that Michelle Congdon is hereby appointed to serve as part-time Justice Court Clerk for the year 2022 to be paid at the rate of $23.50 an hour. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Williams,
Aye.
Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
Councilman Lawson.
Aye.
So moved.
Be it resolved that
Amber?
John Spinelli is hereby appointed to serve as court officer for the year 2022 at the rate of the first 2 hours, $50 per hour, additional hours, $20 per hour. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ian Fowler,
Aye,
Councilman Colligan.
Aye.
So moved. Be it resolved that Councilman Amber Brock Williams is hereby appointed to serve as deputy supervisor for the year 2022 to be paid as per the 2022 budget. So moved.
Councilman Colligan seconds and votes aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ian Fowler,
aye,
Councilman Brock Williams.
Aye.
So moved.
Be it resolved that Judy Meringer is hereby appointed to serve as the confidential secretary to the supervisor for the year 2022 for 30 hours per week to be paid as per 2022 budget. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ian Fowler,
aye,
Councilman Brock Williams.
Aye.
So moved.
Be it resolved that Joe Fenora, 1585 Hobart Road, Southold, New York, is hereby appointed to serve as provisional town engineer for the town of Shelter Island for the year 2022 to be paid as per the 2022 budget. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Ian Fowler,
aye,
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
Councilman Colligan.
Aye.
So moved.
be it resolved that Brian Sherman is hereby appointed to serve as Commissioner of Public Works for the year 2022 to be paid as per the 2022 budget.
So moved.
moved.
Second, Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
Councilman Lawson.
Aye.
So moved.
It resolved that Deborah Speeches is hereby appointed to serve as confidential secretary to the superintendent of highways, commissioner of public works and landfill for the year 2022 for 38 hours per week to be paid as per the 2022 budget. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ian Fowler.
Aye,
So moved. Be it resolved that Linda D. Cass is hereby appointed to serve as part-time town custodian for the year 2022 at the rate of $29 per hour. So moved.
Councilman Colligan seconds and votes aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ian Fowler,
aye,
Councilman Brock Williams.
Aye.
So moved.
Be it resolved that Debbie Brewer is hereby appointed to serve as a part-time town custodian for the year 2022 at a rate of $29 per hour. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ian Fowler,
aye,
Councilman Brock Williams.
Aye.
So moved.
Be it resolved that Giovanna Ketchum is hereby appointed to serve as part-time town custodian at the rate of $29 per hour for the year 2022. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Ian Fowler,
aye,
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that Tracy Gibbs is hereby appointed to serve as part-time town custodian at the rate of $29 per hour for the year 2022. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that Lauren Sanwald is hereby appointed to serve as part-time town custodian at the rate of $25 per hour for the year 2022. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
so moved. Be it resolved that Arthur Bloom is hereby appointed to serve as detention attendant for the year 2022 to be paid at the following rate. First 2 hours or any part thereof, $100 for each additional hour at the rate of $20 per hour. So moved.
Councilman Colligan seconds and votes aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Williams, Brock Williams.
Aye.
Sorry.
Be it resolved that Catherine Rasmussen is hereby appointed to serve as detention attendant for the year 2022 to be paid at the following rate schedule. For the first 2 hours or any part thereof, $100. For each additional hour at the rate of $20 per hour. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that Amanda
Get you.
Gatu is hereby appointed to serve as detention attendant for the year 2022 to be paid at the rate of $37.989 per hour. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that Tracy Gibbs is hereby appointed to serve as detention attendant for the year 2022 to be paid at the following rate schedule. The first 2 hours or any part thereof, $100 for each additional hour at the rate of $20 per hour. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that Bo Payne is hereby appointed to serve as detention attendant for the year 2022 to be paid at a rate of $50.895 per hour. So moved.
Just so everybody understands the discrepancy in these hours, some of these people already work for the town and that's their hourly rate. So that's why they're being paid for that. Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
so moved. Be it resolved that Jose Manuel Payano Cruz is hereby appointed to serve as detention attendant for the year 2022 to be paid as following. First 2 hours of any part thereof, $100 for each additional hour at the rate of $20 per hour. So moved.
Councilman Colligan seconds and votes aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that John Spinelli is hereby appointed to serve as detention attendant for the year 2022 to be paid at the following rate schedule. The first 2 hours or any part thereof, $100 for each additional hour at the rate of $20 per hour. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that the supervisor is hereby authorized and directed to expend the sum of $1,350 from the 2022 A3989.400 NIMS contractual account on to One Solve LLC PO Box 945672 Atlanta, Georgia 303945672 for the Unlimited Code Red System Service Plan for the period of January 9th, 2022 through January 8th, 2023. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that John Mahoney is hereby appointed to serve as Bay Constable for the year 2022 to be paid at the rate of $30 per hour. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
So moved.
Be it resolved that Peter Vielbig is hereby appointed to serve as Bay Constable for the year 2022 to be paid at the rate of $30 per hour. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
so moved. Be it resolved that Catherine Rasmussen is hereby appointed to serve as school crossing guard for the year 2022 to be paid as per agreement. So moved.
Councilman Colligan seconds and votes aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that Jenny Zarler is hereby appointed to serve a full-time animal control officer for the year 2022 to be paid as per agreement. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that Jack H. Tealberg is hereby appointed to serve as EMS Director for the town of Shelter Island for the year 2022 to be paid as per the 2022 budget. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that Dr. Joshua Potter is hereby designated to serve as town doctor for the year 2022. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that William Clark III is hereby appointed to serve as town historian for the year 2022. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
so moved. Be it resolved that Tom Hoshhagen is hereby appointed to serve as maintenance mechanic 2 for the year 2022 at the rate of $23.46 per hour. So moved.
Councilman Colligan seconds and votes aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that Tom Cronin is hereby appointed to serve as laborer for the residential repair program for the year 2022 at a rate of $19.96 per hour. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that Karen Bennett is hereby appointed to serve
Meg.
as part. Yeah.
Excuse me, this is one of those as per 2022, okay?
Okay. Be it resolved that Karen Bennett is hereby appointed to serve as part-time office assistant in the senior center for the year 2022 as per the 2022 budget.
So moved.
So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
okay? BJ, next one's the same thing as per.
Okay. Be it resolved that Marissa Finelli is hereby appointed to serve as full-time office assistant at the senior center at the rate of per the 2022 budget for the year 2022. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that David W. Clark is hereby appointed to serve as safety and training officer for the Shelter Island Highway Department for the year 2022. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
so moved. Oh, be it resolved that Donna King is hereby appointed to serve as part-time therapeutic activities worker for the year 2022. So moved.
Councilman Colligan seconds and votes aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that Donna Cass is hereby appointed to serve as a part-time therapeutic activities worker for the year 2022. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that the rate of pay for therapeutic activity workers for the year 2022 is hereby set at $22.59 per hour. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that Loretta Gilman Finelli is hereby appointed to serve as Senior Citizens Aid 2 for the year 2022 to be paid as per the 2022 budget. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Be it resolved that Sarah Monday is hereby appointed to serve as Senior Program Supervisor for 35 hours per week for the year 2022 to be paid as per the 2022 budget. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
so moved. Be it resolved that Mary Ann McGinn is hereby appointed to serve as AAA driver for the year 2022. So moved.
Councilman Colligan seconds and votes aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Williams, Brock Williams,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that David Binder is hereby appointed to serve as AAA driver for the year 2022. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that the rate of pay for bus and minibus drivers is hereby set at $22.59 per hour for the year 2022. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
so moved.
Be resolved that Angela Corbett is hereby appointed to serve as cook number 1 for the nutrition program for the year 2022 to be paid at the rate of $22.77 per hour. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that Carl Cosby is hereby appointed to serve as full-time head cook for the nutrition program for the year 2022 to be paid as per the 2022 budget. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
so moved. Be it resolved that Giovanna Ketchum is hereby appointed to serve as cook for the year 2022 to be paid at the rate of $22.53 per hour for 6 hours per week. So moved.
Councilman Colligan seconds and votes aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that Allison Binder is hereby appointed to serve as dishwasher for the year 2022 at a rate of $18 per hour. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that Julia Weisenberg is hereby appointed to serve as fit aide for the year 2022 at the rate of $18.57 per hour. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Brock Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that Barbara Bloom is hereby appointed to serve as fit aide for the year 2022 at the rate of $18.21 per hour. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that Trent Firestein is hereby appointed to serve as recreation/fit aide for the year 2022 at the rate of $17.69 per hour. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
so moved. Be it resolved that Deborah Brewer is hereby appointed to serve as fit aide for the year 2022 at the rate of $18.57 per hour. So moved.
Councilman Colligan seconds and votes aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that Lindsay Rando is hereby appointed to serve as fit aide for the year 2022 at a rate of $18.21 per hour. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that Peter Miedema is hereby appointed to serve as fit aide for the year 2022 at a rate of $18.57 per hour. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that Katie Potter is hereby appointed to serve as a fit aide for the year 2022 at the rate of $18.21 per hour. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that Corey Cass is hereby appointed to serve as fit aide for the year 2022 at the rate of $18.57 per hour. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
so moved. Be resolved that Sarah Lewis is hereby appointed to serve as fit aide for the year 2022 at the rate of $17.34 per hour. So moved.
Councilman Colligan seconds, votes aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that Alex Binder is hereby appointed to serve as fit aide for the year 2022 at a rate of $17.34 per hour. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Amber Brock Williams,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that Kelsey McGahey is hereby appointed to serve as, Kelsey Lukmansky is hereby appointed to serve as fit aide for the year 2022 at a rate of $18.21 per hour. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that Catherine Davidson is hereby appointed to serve as Assistant Recreation Leader for the year 2022 at the rate of $21.86 per hour. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that Deborah Brewer is hereby appointed to serve as Assistant Recreation Leader for the year 2022 at the rate of $21.86 per hour. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
so moved. Be it resolved that Katie Potter is hereby appointed to serve as Assistant Recreation Leader for the year 2022 at the rate of $21.86 per hour. So moved.
Councilman Colligan seconds and votes aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that Sarah Lewis is hereby appointed to serve as Assistant Recreational Leader for the year 2022 at the rate of $21.86 per hour. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that Callie Smith is hereby appointed to serve as dance instructor for the year 2022 at a rate of $30 per session. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
so moved.
Be it resolved that Peter Miedema is hereby appointed to serve as Recreation Specialist Instructor for the year 2022 at the rate of $30 per hour. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
so moved. Amber, this is another as per.
Okay. Be it resolved that Emily Kraus is hereby appointed to serve as fit manager for the year 2022 to be paid at a rate as specified in the 2022 budget. So moved.
Supervisor Silva seconds and votes aye. Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
so moved. Be it resolved that the town board of the town of Shelter Island does hereby approve the following fees for the fitness center and ball field membership fees for use of the fitness equipment and facilities for the year 2022 as follows. A fit day membership is $15 per day. A single fitness room membership is $265 per year. A family fitness room membership is $410 per year. A youth membership is $50 per year. Full-time college student membership is $100 per year. volunteers, EMTs, and active military is $175 per year, and a 1-month membership is $100 per month. So moved.
Councilman Colligan, seconds and votes aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams.
Aye.
So moved.
Be it resolved that the town board of the town of Shelter Island does hereby approve the following fees for the workout classes for the year 2022. 1 class pass, $10. 10 class passes, $55. So moved.
Supervisor Silla seconds and votes aye. Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams.
Aye.
So moved.
Be it resolved that Chief of Police James J. Reed Jr. is hereby appointed to serve as Emergency Management Coordinator for the year 2022.
So
So
moved.
moved.
Supervisor Silla seconds and votes aye. Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
Councilman Colligan.
Aye.
So moved.
Be it resolved that Christina Martin Majasova is hereby appointed as Office Assistant to the following committees: Zoning Board of Appeals, Water
No,
Advisory.
you're reading the wrong one. You got the old one there. I'll read it, okay?
Thank you.
The following committees: Community Preservation Fund Advisory Board and the Water Quality Improvement Advisory Board, to be paid as per the 2022 budget. So moved.
Councilman Colligan, seconds and votes aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams.
Aye.
The next one is also as per the budget.
Okay.
Okay. You gonna do that, Amber? Okay.
Do you want to take it or?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Be it resolved that Coco Lee Thuman is hereby appointed to serve as clerk for the Waterways Management Advisory Council and the Comprehensive Plan Advisory Committee for the year 2022, to be paid as per the 2022 budget. So moved.
Supervisor Silla seconds and votes aye. Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola.
Aye.
So moved. Be it resolved that the supervisor is hereby authorized and directed to expend the sum of $750 from the 2022 A1620.483 Buildings Telephone Account to Telenet New York, 115 North Richmond Avenue, Massapequa, New York, for the quarterly contract payment for servicing the telephone systems for the period January 1st, 2022 through March 31st, 2022. So moved.
Councilman Colligan, seconds and votes aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams.
Aye.
So moved.
Whereas pursuant to resolution number 359-2001, dated June 8th, 2001, the town board authorizes eligible employees who wish to waive his or her rights to medical insurance coverage provided by the town of Shelter Island by applying in writing. And whereas applications have been filed by Jerry Siller, Amber Brock Williams, Judith Meninger, Barbara Bloom, Mary Faith Westervelt, Jennifer Bersiski, Anne Marie Sedio, James Colligan, Ken Lewis, Robert DiStefano Jr., Shelby Mundy, Michael Mundy, Hayden
Michael Mitchell.
Michael Mitchell.
Michael Mitchell, okay, Stanley Birnbaum, and Barbara Jean Ianfola. Now therefore, be it resolved that the town board approves the payment of salary compensation to the aforementioned applications pursuant to said resolution number 359 of 2001 for the year 2022. So moved.
Supervisor Silla seconds and votes aye. Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams.
Aye.
So moved.
Be it
Be it
resolved.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Meg.
It's okay. You want it?
No.
Be it resolved that the town of Shelter Island hereby establishes the following as standard work days for elected and appointed officials, and will report the following days' work to the New York State and local employees retirement system based on the record of activities maintained and submitted by these officials to the clerk of this body. The 2022 standard work day elected and appointed positions are as follows. Titles: standard work day. Elected positions: town clerk 7-hour day, supervisor 7-hour day, town board member 6-hour day, Town Justice, 6-hour day. Members, Board of Assessors, 6-hour day. Assessor, 6-hour day. Receiver of Taxes, 6-hour day. Highway Superintendent, 8-hour day. Appointed positions, Town Attorney, 6-hour day. Members of Zoning Board of Appeals, 6-hour day. Deputy Town Clerk, 7 hours day. Confidential Secretary to Supervisor, 6-hour day. Confidential Secretary to Highway Superintendent, 7.5-hour day. Did I miss any?
Planning Board.
Planning Board, thank you. Planning Board, 6-hour day. Be it resolved that the supervisor is hereby authorized and directed to execute the agreement. Oh, wait,
Oh, that's a different
that's a
one.
different one.
Yeah.
So moved.
Supervisor Silla seconds and votes aye. Councilman Ian Fuller,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
Councilman Colligan,
Aye.
so moved.
I have the old bid, so I don't have any more. That was the last one.
Okay,
On the old.
be
agenda.
resolved that the supervisor hereby authorized and directed to execute the agreement between the town of Shelter Island and Cullen and Danowski LLP, Route 12, Port Jefferson, New York, for the provision of financial accounting services for the town for the period January 1st, 2022 to December 31st, 2022, for the sum of $52,100. So moved.
Councilman Colligan seconds and votes aye.
Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ian Fuller,
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams,
Aye.
so moved. Okay, next on the agenda is committees and liaisons. This is not a resolution, I think. It's not a resolution, is it not?
No,
No, it's just a FYI. Okay, I'm just gonna go over it real quick. Capital planning and grants. Now, the first name is the primary liaison. The second name is the backup. Capital planning and grants, Jim Colligan, and then Amber will back him up. Community Housing Board, Amber is the primary and I'll back her up. Community Preservation Fund, BJ is the primary and I'll back her up. Comprehensive Plan, BJ and Meg are both primaries. Planning Board, Meg is the primary and Amber is the backup. WAC, BJ is the primary and Meg is the backup. WMAC, Jim is the primary and BJ is the backup. WQAI, Amber is the primary. I don't have a backup. West Neck Water, Amber is the primary and Meg is the backup. ZBA, Amber is the primary and Meg is the backup. Contractor Review Board, BJ is the primary and Meg is the backup. CAC, Jim is the primary. Deer and Tick, Jim is the primary, I'm the backup. Green Options, Meg is the primary, I'm the backup. Ferry Study Group, I'm the primary. Taylor's Island, BJ is the primary, I'm the backup. Fit and Recreation is Jim. Highway and Public Works is Jim and myself. Waterways Committee, Jim with BJ as the backup. Bob is in charge of the Safety Committee. Shoreline Access Task Force, Jim is in charge and back him up. Building and Grounds is me. Recycling is me. Financial Advisory Committee is Amber and I will back her up. Senior Citizen Center is Jerry with Meg behind. Transportation is Jim. IT Committee is Amber. Media Committee is Amber. Shelter Island Country Club is Jim. Peconic Estuary Partnership is Jim. Health and Wellness Alliance is Jim. And the Airfield Liaison is Amber. Okay. And
we skipped over the correspondence. Okay,
I
can I do that next?
correspondence. Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't even see that. Okay, Dot, do we have any correspondence?
yes, we do. We have a letter from the town clerk notifying the town board that I have appointed Linda Cass and Kim Riley to serve as deputy town clerks for terms to run coterminously with my term as town clerk for 35 hours per week to be paid as per the 2022 budget. And an email from Meg Larson submitting her resignation as a member of the planning board and the comprehensive plan committee. And that's the correspondence.
Good, thanks, Todd.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, that kind of wraps it up for the organizational meeting. I think we'll open this part up to the public. Then we're going to recess the meeting and go into a an abbreviated work session. I've invited our outside counsel, Rich Zuckerman, to join us around 2:15, 2:30 to basically give the board an update on exactly how we should be handling executive session, what's allowed, what's not allowed. And then we need to go into an executive session with him to discuss some ongoing litigation. So with that said, I'll open it up to the public. If anybody has any questions or comments. Julia?
Yeah, Jerry, I have a question. It's Julia. I saw in the clerks of the boards that a lot of the boards are missing off of there. And I wondered if that's just something you're going to amend at a later date.
Yeah, I was going to mention it at the work session.
Okay.
We're taking out a full page ad this week to fill a number of vacancies. The clerk's positions, the zone, we're rearranging some of the things, the zoning board of appeals, the planning board. We have a clerk, full-time clerk for the building department. We have a building inspector. We have some committee openings, and the town board also met and this came to consensus that we're going to advertise, and we've spoken to Bob about this. We're going to advertise for the town attorney position. The town attorney is a 2-year appointment, and the consensus was that we should, in 2 years, we should review it and interview, certainly interview Bob, but just to see what else is out there also. So that's why we didn't do all the appointments today, Julia.
Okay, and the other one that I had a question about was, I know with Craig's retirement,
Yes.
that kind of rejiggered things in that office. There's no tax administrator or chairman of the Board of Assessors at this moment. Is that correct?
I think Pat will become the chairman. We're setting up a meeting to meet with the assessors, exactly how we're going to go forward and for the immediate future, and then what our long-term plan is going to be. We have a few options, whether we want to, appoint someone and then have an elected third assessor, or if we want to look at eliminating the elected position and making it an appointed position. Apparently, there's only 40 towns left in all of New York State that have elected assessors. The vast majority of towns in New York State have appointed positions. So it's something we have to discuss. But before we even do that, we have to just decide how we're moving forward with our shorthanded staff right now.
One other thing, and it's not a question, it's that getting a screenshot of this new town board is very difficult when everybody's looking down at their computers. So if you'd all just, this is your opportunity, fix your hair, take your glasses off, whatever you want to do, okay? And have a big smile since we can't be there with you. We just need to get some pictures. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All good.
Okay, thank you. Julie, you have anything for us?
Nothing, Jerry. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, if nobody has anything else, I think rather than adjourn, because again, we're waiting for Rich Zuckerman, we can just go, I suppose we can go right into our work session. Dottie, do I have to adjourn this meeting to go into a work session?
You should.
Okay, all right, so I make a motion, we adjourn.
I second.
Okay, Councilman Lawson,
Aye.
Councilman Ianfola.
Aye.
Councilman Brock Williams.
Aye.
Okay, so now we're in our normal work session. Again, it's going to be abridged. Amber, why don't we just do a quick update on COVID, please?
I don't think we gave out the numbers a week ago, so comparing to 2 weeks ago. So our numbers on the books are 115, up from 103 2 weeks ago. But with the use of at-home testing kits, those don't get reported. So I think we are like way underreported. I mean, we've always been somewhat underreported because of, address and residency and things like that. But just the numbers that we're anecdotally hearing about, a jump of 12 is not correct. And then the Suffolk County positivity 7-day rolling average rate went from 10.1% 2 weeks ago to 25.9%. reported today. So that's a huge jump as well.
Yeah, the numbers are staggering how much they're going up. I know when the school did their self-test right before school, the percentage was good. They only had, I think, 3 out of 20 something positive, but we have the ability now. We have some tests for all our employees. If anyone feels the need to be tested in town hall, they just have to contact Judy and she'll get them a test kit to get tested. And again, we're erring on the side of caution. We're closed. Obviously, we're closed our meetings to the public. We're keeping the Fit Center closed. We're keeping the Recreation Center closed. We're only doing delivered meals with our congregate meals. So, and this will reevaluate, I guess, January 15th, Amber, is what we decided. We'll just keep looking every couple of weeks to see where we are. We just don't want to. And again, we had some people were upset about the Fit Center, but, from day one, we always wanted to err on the side of caution and rather, be more careful than be sorry. So that's it with the COVID, unless you have anything else, Amber.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what else I have here. Okay, coming up meetings wise, we have Friday. We have a regular town board meeting, and we still have the Ram's Head Inn moorings application before us. Now, we've been putting this off since the early summer, and the reason we've been putting it off was to fine tune the definition on residency. The way it's reading is, you have to be a resident for the moorings, and a business technically doesn't live here. So that's one of the reasons we decided to address the whole definition issue. But I know Andrea has been in touch. Actually, she bought the house next door to the Ram's Head Inn, so she feels that she is a resident now. If we want to get, which I don't think my feeling was she was a resident all along because she was a property owner, and the property owner is. But now the next bit of fine tuning on it is that you have to be a resident for 6 months. So this is like, it's just getting a little ridiculous, to be honest with you. I think we should give the woman the moorings and move on. The one concern we have, BJ and I had a discussion about this is kind of the tip of the iceberg. We all know that Jack's was sold, and that's a significant mooring field in Deering Harbor. And again, the feeling is the moorings go with the business, but I think we just have to look at every possibility with this, because this is going to be the town's only chance to, either do something with it or make sure that something's not done that we haven't even thought about. So I have reached out to the owners, and I asked, we're going to have a meeting. She's away this week. Hopefully we'll get together next week and get a feel for, what the plans are for the mooring field at Jack's in Deering Harbor. But and I understand, they're both commercial moorings, they're both transfers, but the Ram's Head has been before us for so long, and I don't know, other than the issue of the definition of resident, I don't think there were any other issues with it. I don't know what,
I think if I may, I think that the issue is, are they exempt? They're residents. I'm just going to assume we're going to call a property owner a resident, and a property owner that's an LLC or a corporation or whatever, it still would meet the definition. So that aside, then it's the number 3 versus 8 at the Ram's Head, 3 versus I don't know what at Jack's. My feeling is these moorings were acquired by these businesses prior to the mooring law. And I believe that's correct, Bob. And that being the case, I think there's a certain grandfathering here, there's grandfathering, and they're entitled to these moorings as businesses that kind of set up before we enacted these laws.
Just to sort of go along with that, the way I read it is I didn't think that the 3 moorings per property applied to commercial moorings that are marinas or
That's right.
waterfront. So I
Yeah.
think that we're not limited to the 3 in this situation. And
Right.
Bob, correct us if I'm reading it wrong.
Yeah, you're correct, Amber. That's for riparian moorings and personal moorings.
Right.
But right now, Jerry, the way our code is written, I do feel like we have to wait on this because we either have to amend the resident definition, which I think should include the business or the property, the business being a resident. But the way our code is currently written, then Ms. Carter has not been a 6-month resident yet. So under our current law, I don't think we can grant them, but we need to continue working on the definitions to get it. I think it needs to be fixed.
Here's my concern. I understand that. I agree with that. But if we wait for all the definitions in the code to be done, it's not going to be done before the summer, the way we're going. And then she's still not going to have her moorings. So, where do we draw the line? At, I asked if we could accept some of the definitions and go on with the others. And I kind of got beat up with that. So I don't know,
What date did the property transfer take place on
I have no idea.
on the personal residence?
I have no idea.
Because then that starts the 6-month clock ticking, which would definitely, if it's already happened, would be in April or May.
Is this a commercial? Are these commercial moorings then?
Yes. Yeah, they're
If they're commercial,
all transfers.
but the definition says that for a commercial entity, it has to be the owner, the primary owner, the majority owner has to be a resident.
This is why we're going over all the definitions, BJ.
Yeah.
But it says
Well, yeah, that's one of the primary issues. You're really, the definition of resident as a word shouldn't have the word resident in it. It becomes a circular problem, which is exactly where we ended up here.
Right. Right. It seems that she misses on the 6-month, and she misses on it because our definitions aren't tidy. And that I don't know that we can step out of the code. We can do our best to correct it as quickly as we can.
Let me ask you this. Can I do a straw poll? Is other than abiding by the the legal definition for resident or the meeting the 6-month residency, is anybody opposed to this transfer?
No.
I'm in
I'm
favor
not
of it.
opposed. I'm
in favor of it. So
Jim? You're on mute, Jim. You're on mute, Jim.
I'm not opposed to it. My only, and I know it's totally distinct from the dock application, but I just want to be very sure that there is no real significant expansion of the dock, the usage of the dock, and the usage of the 8 moorings, commercial moorings. And as long as it closely resembles what has transpired for the last several decades, and there's no hint, and I think it's got to be built in. It can't be just a gentleman's agreement kind of thing. It's got to be built into that there is no major expansion of anything to do with the dock. Because obviously the two things are tied together, the moorings and the dock, and the use of that. And there is the potential for some abuse of that. So I just want to make sure that I always thought it was an asset of the business. I had no problem with transferring those 8 moorings with the business. But I'm just, in fairness to the other things and the precedent that it sets, I just want to be very, very careful on the wording of the dock. I haven't heard anything more back from anybody about the dock. Are we, now that she has bought the house next door, is that dock hers? Are they planning not to build a dock, or are they still going forward with building a secondary dock there? I just have questions about that, because when we discussed this last, we never really discussed it with the idea that she would in fact now own the property to the, to the south of her.
All right, well, that's a whole separate issue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not for today.
Yeah. Meg, do you have any thoughts?
I don't have a problem with transferring the moorings.
Okay. 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 And like I said, I'm waiting to hear back from Stacy Soloviv when she gets back, that we could meet and talk about her plans for Bridge Street. So we'll see what that's about. Next thing I have is anybody? Next thing I have is I just have town business moving forward. I was hoping the end of this week to have a committee heads meeting just to bring everybody in. But BJ and Meg are going to be in a seminar Thursday and Friday. So I'm going to try to set that up for Monday before Tuesday's work session. We'll have a committee head meeting and just get everybody together. And then Tuesday's meeting, we're going to send out the invitations to everybody. Joe Fenora is going to make not really a presentation. He's just going to give an overview of the sewer district. And we're going to invite all the committees. We're going to invite the Shelter Island Association and all the neighbors to come to the meeting just to start asking questions. Again, this is all still conceptual. It's not, we had a grant. We put out, we had a study done to see how we can solve the nitrate problem in the center. This is the solution that was recommended to us. So now we're going forward with the research in it. And so we want to start bringing in we're going to bring in the CPF, the WAC, WQI, the green options, all the different committees. We'll also bring in we'll invite the Shelter Island Association and we'll invite the neighbors. So that'll be next week's agenda, pretty much.
Just a question on that, Jerry. Will Joe give some type of short presentation prior to opening it up?
Yes. Yeah. It won't be as in-depth as the last one. He'll give an overview and then Joe and I discussed that this morning. He'll give an overview of the project, then open it to questions, and then he'll go into detail as, the questions warrant, I guess.
Yeah. I just think that's important, that every committee member that attends next Tuesday's meeting has a better understanding of the nature of the project.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And what the goals are for the project. And,
Okay, so that's next Tuesday. Then then also next Monday, we're gonna have our first, I think it's next Monday, Megan. Yeah. We're gonna have our first reconstituting of the comprehensive plan committee. So we've invited everyone. We're gonna just get together and just touch base. So maybe we'll give a brief summary Tuesday, but the following week, I'd like to have that on the work agenda, how we see ourselves going forward, where we are. So we have sewer district comprehensive plan. Then the following week, we probably should again get together and discuss the draft agreement we have between West Neck Water and Suffolk County Water Authority moving forward. That the short-term agreement runs out at the end of January, the beginning of February. So we have to come together and look at what we're doing. And I want to make sure everybody understands this agreement with Suffolk County Water Authority is very specific to West Neck Water. We're not talking about the future and what the possibilities are. We're talking about an issue that is before us right now. John Holman retired. We needed someone to, manage the system, and that's why we brought Suffolk County Water in. Now we're evaluating. Really, I don't know. We have a whole lot of options, but to have them, take over the running of West Neck Water for us. So that'll be the third week. We'll do sewer district comprehensive plan, then Suffolk County Water.
Okay.
And those are just the biggies. I mean, if you guys have the other one we have to address, and I don't know how we do this. Pat, you're still on, I hope. We really have to sit down with the assessors and come to terms with, short term and long term. I think the immediate need is short term because we're shorthanded with Craig's resignation. We need to make sure that, they have the ability to continue what they need to do. Likewise, we're going to have to compensate them for that because there's 2 people doing the work of 3 now. And we just need to have a better picture of how we're going to go forward with that. So BJ, I was thinking maybe you and I can, meet with the assessors, and then we'll make a presentation at a work session to the town board.
Okay, maybe we can cram it into next Monday.
Whatever you think. Okay. It's only so many hours in a day,
I know.
Okay. And then that's pretty much what I had on the to-do list. Why don't we go around the table and Amber, you have anything for us?
I do not.
Okay. Jim?
Yeah, I'm not going to do because I haven't had time since this morning. We had the capital planning and grants committee meeting, so I'll wait till next Tuesday to give it's pretty in-depth, a lot of things in here, and I need to put my notes together. Following that meeting this morning, we went out to the airstrip. The supervisor came, deputy came, Amber and myself. Joe Fenora, the town engineer, Brian Sherman came representing highway, and Reed Karen representing our building department. We did 3 things basically based on the reports that we received from neighbors. We toured the grounds a little bit, got a little feel for the grounds. Happy to report that on their own initiative, Jamie Cogan made 3 trips to the dump, filled up some pickup trucks and took 3 loads to the mostly metal from around the property, which greatly satisfied the needs of the neighbors. So they were very appreciative of that. Brought that stuff to the recycling center. We talked about some of the grounds that we might want to clean up. There's a few fallen limbs and some invasive things around the trailer that we plan on cleaning up. So it was great to have Brian Sherman there, along with Jamie and town board, to be able to look at that. I think the discussion was of bringing the grinder down there and pretty much doing what we did over at the O'Connor Field. We could take a lot of those limbs that are already down. We're not talking about cutting a lot of stuff. We're talking about just taking the debris that's on the ground and kind of tidying up a little bit, especially around the trailer. So we could do that very easily with the assistance of our highway department. And I think we'll probably plan on doing that. We looked at the trailer. We went inside the trailer. The trailer houses 2 major pieces of equipment, 2 big tractors. We still use them on occasion. It also houses several other things, smaller lawnmowers type of things and parts. And then the future of the trailer is, by the way, I just wanted to point out, there used to be 3 trailers there. There are now but 1 trailer. And those have been there literally for several decades. We're down to 1 trailer. The hope is that within the next 3 to 5 years, maybe we won't have any trailers. But what we'll do for the time being is clean up around the trailers. They plan on painting the trailer green so it blends in with background. It's yellow and orange and red, so it kind of stands out. And it's kind of an eyesore in there. So I think if you paint it up and you clean around the trailer, that's a big step in the right direction. Make sure it's stabilized and pulled maintenance on. And the last thing is we went into the hangar, and we went into all the bays of the hangars. There were 3 aircraft inside, 2 aircraft outside. There was some, as Jamie tried to explain, they were trying to take the sections of the hangar and divide them up, and they were doing that, in-house. And we pointed out the fact that, in fact, Reed Karen pointed out the fact that they need a building permit to be able to make any kind of major alterations to the inside of the hangar. So Jamie agreed to come down, the building department, get that done. We'll make sure that it's done the right way, that the electrical was put in properly. There was a couple of cuts in major beams inside that hangar to accommodate aircraft, but it weakened the structure. So it was good that we have people like Joe Fenora, who's an engineer, look at that, and Reed Karen. We might be able to help them out in terms of making sure that hangar is in fact stabilized. They talked about the future of the hangar and possible expansion, but that's for another day. The airstrip is kept in good condition. So overall, I think it was a good visit. think we learned a lot. I think we're bringing I think the airport and the town will work a little bit more closely together on making sure that we keep that area, a little neater and a little cleaner. And safety is always a major concern down there. So anything we can do to enhance safety, both inside the hangar and in and around that area, is important. And to also satisfy the needs of the neighbors. So that was all done. Anybody that was there?
Jim, thanks, Jim. That was good. Before you move on, I see John Kerr's here, one of the neighbors. We mentioned today that a couple of weeks ago at the work session, when some of the representatives from the Pilots Association were there, that we should get together. So we suggested that we in early February we set up a meeting with the Pilots Association, with the Community Preservation Board, and with the neighbors, and let's talk about the property and what they do with it and what they like to do, and what the neighbors have concerns about, and maybe what the CPF has concerns about. So that'll be, again, I'm trying to get agenda items for the future. I think that'll be early February. We'll try to get everybody together for that one.
Yeah, that's a good point, Jerry. And when Jamie talked, he even talked about all the limbs that are laying down, he's cutting up and he's actually offering that wood to the neighbors. So it's a nice gesture on the part of the airport to work with the surrounding community, to listen periodically, to listen to some of the concerns of the surrounding community. And we could all work together between the neighbors, the Pilots Association, and the town. We should be able to have a top-rated facility there, something we can be proud of and something that is safe. So that was the goal of today's meeting, and I think we took some major steps forward as far as that is concerned.
If I may interject.
Sure, John.
A concern that a lot of the neighbors have is the behavior of certain pilots and their planes. And the grounds are wonderful, that's fine, but it's how they use the airport. And
John, I think that's the reason I'd really like to get everybody together.
I understand. I'm not going to go into details. My point is that when you make your considerations and think about the airport, it's not just the grounds, it's also how people use it. So, and the individual people who use it. So that's something that we need to get a good handle on. That's all I want to say.
John, that's a great point. And that'll be a good food for thought for February's meeting. So I would ask you and your fellow neighbors to come in. We can have a better situation there. We learn to communicate better. And I think it'll go a long way to communicate and coordinate our efforts so that everybody is satisfied with, moving forward.
John, I think, talking with Jamie and talking last week with Errol, I think they realize what a good thing the pilots have, and they certainly don't want to ruin it, and they want to make sure they're good neighbors. So I think it's important that we all get together. Okay, anything else, Jim?
No, I'm going to leave it at that. I'll do the report next week. The meeting for Monday night last night was canceled, and that was the WMIC. We only had one application, it was a minor application. So John made a command decision to just move that to the February, so that we'd have a few more applications to work on.
Okay, so we just need to go over with Dottie, because we do have a town board meeting Friday. If there's any, that we're not going to act on anything.
That one application was not acted on because we did not meet.
Okay.
Okay.
BJ, you have anything for us?
I do. Just want to think about and maybe have this evolve over the next couple of weeks, the way that we do the work sessions. I sense that we could be squeezing a little bit more productivity out of the work sessions if we tightened up the procedures just a little bit. It's our work session. It's where we should be engaging back and forth and with any guests that we have coming to do presentations. And the public should have their say at the end of the session so that we can really drill down when we need to into some of these topics without a lot of distractions and sideways and then moving on before we're really satisfied, all of that. I just think we should consider this.
I know exactly where you're coming from. And we've had this discussion for years, actually. The town board work session is for the town board. We've always opened it up to the public. but I understand that, sometimes, we need to do our work and then then hear from the public at the end, rather than, get so sidetracked sometimes that we just, don't seem to get anywhere. So I think that's something we have to be very aware of, moving forward.
BJ, I think it's a point well taken. I think when we have major items like West Neck Water, for instance, and we put that on as the first agenda item, and we get a whole bunch of people either here in the building, before the COVID, obviously, or on the screen. That has a tendency, after we go through all that, to get a lot of people involved, and then they leave the room. I don't know whether putting it on as a first agenda item is the way to go, or make it a last agenda item, because we do get bogged down that way. That happens a lot on major presentations where people raise their hand politely and say, Mr. Supervisor, can I speak now, about this particular topic? Or do they want to wait another hour and a half till we go through the entire agenda to be able to address the concern that they had on the topic that was the main focus of the day, so to speak? That's something that's something you got to weigh in on. And it doesn't happen all the time, by the way. So
No, but I think, Jim, just to follow up on BJ's thoughts is, we need to, we need to be more productive. We need to be getting more out of our work sessions. So, I don't say, nobody can say a word and, it's our way or the highway, but, let's just be a little more structured and, I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I just also want, remind everybody, if you don't have the time to wait around to speak because your topic occurred 5 topics ago, there is email. Email us what your concerns are or questions or whatnot. Again, whether or not we can respond to everyone is actually another sort of topic for another day. But the fact that you've been heard, I think is the public has been heard, should be significant.
I gotta tell you, I love your enthusiasm. Just even today when you started with can I read all these? Believe me, every one of us has looked at other town board meetings and how they do it, and it's all the same. You have to read all these resolutions and do one at a time. And if there's
I'm in such a hurry.
Yeah.
I'm in a hurry.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, that's the other thing, actually. Dottie, I don't know if this would be you or how does this happen, but I really feel like we should have a tickle folder. Like we covered this 3 weeks ago, but it was a minor issue. And then it doesn't come back up until somebody's memory gets jogged, or am I the only one because I'm 63?
That's gonna be the new administrative assistant to the supervisor and town board's job.
Okay. Yeah. Keep us on track. We're pulled in a million different directions. So much water coming over the transom.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Good. Okay. Meg, anything in your short term?
Working on organizing the comprehensive plan moving forward, how we want to tackle that. Worked on getting a lot of the documents in editable formats. So I think that'll be helpful. And BJ and I are going through and trying to streamline how we want to move forward and kind of come up with the outline and a procedure. And so that's really what's taking up some time.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And Amber, just to bring up a little bit of a sore subject, the audit for the CPF. I know there was a problem with the change of auditors and, we got bogged down and you weren't happy with the results and you sent it back to them. Any update before we?
Yeah, the 2019 should be ready to go. And I just have to double check and make sure that I pass that, approval on to Shelby to send along. I just have to check, like, did I think I did it or did I actually do it? And then 2020, I just wanted to finish reviewing and I need a draft of the town's complete audit so that I can cross-check the numbers. So that I have to just see where the big audit is.
Right. Okay.
Because that's, again, with the COVID year, it's fallen, taking longer.
And again, just because I brought up CPF, part of the discussion today was, at the pilots, they do the clearing and they would do all their own labor and they pay at the dump. So right away, I thought was, well, you shouldn't be paying. It's a town facility. They certainly shouldn't be paying for the dump, but we also have to look at the CPF's management plan there and see, we do pay, the CPF has management pay that we have 10% of their budget to maintain the properties. So we have to see exactly what maintenance should be being done there in the open space part of it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it for me. Bob, you have anything for us before Friday?
No, Jerry.
Okay, Dottie, anything for Friday?
You're muted.
And there,
Yeah, it's good.
I just have a couple of things,
Okay,
just some of the things that you've been left
Yeah.
hanging for a while.
yeah,
that's
you
all.
and I'll go over that and
Yeah, we'll do that.
and some of it even I got to again, it just goes back to BJ's thing where we get notified of things or we kind of forget them sometimes. I got to make sure you got all the official resignation letters that were given to us.
Right,
Yeah.
people don't like to resign. They just walk away.
Yeah, or they tell you, but they don't make it
Yeah.
official. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's it for us. Anybody, anything from Julia before I go to the audience?
Hey, Jerry, it's Julia again. If you could just make sure that those committee assignments are posted. I sent a note to Amber, but I don't want it to fall all to her.
Yep.
And then also the comprehensive plan committee meeting, is that going to be a public meeting? And who's going to be the members going forward of the comprehensive plan committee? And are the hired consultants still involved?
Yeah, they're all public meetings. The task force that had been Edward, Mike Bebon and Albert will now be BJ, Meg and Reed Karen. Will be the three leading the task force. And then that's what the main reason for this meeting is, how we're going to go forward, what we're going to do.
And is Reed representing the planning board?
Yes.
You have to
Yeah.
have a planning board member on the task force on the.
So that's Reed.
That's Reed,
Yeah,
yes.
Great, okay.
And most of the members have signed back up, brave
Yes.
souls.
Yes. Mhm. Yeah, we've been in contact with them and anyone that hasn't or didn't resign from it has expressed interest in staying on.
And the consultants are continuing?
We haven't decided that yet. We're not-
Discussion.
We have to, we'll hear from the group. We'll decide what direction we're going and then we'll meet with the consultants and decide how we're going to go forward.
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay. Okay, Julie, anything before we go to the public?
Yeah, will you add those extra meetings to the calendar, please?
Yeah, as we get them, we'll put them all on. Yeah.
Great, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Pam,
Hi, everyone. Happy New Year.
likewise.
Yeah, I just have a question. The public hearing then on Friday is going to be reconvened on the mooring applications from the Ramshead Inn. Is that what I'm understanding? Because that was only recessed.
It was recessed. I don't
It's
know.
getting me.
I mean,
And I get,
I was hoping.
sorry, did you hear me?
Yeah, I heard your question. It was recessed. I was hoping we can reconvene, but I'm not sure that that's what we decided today.
I don't think we decided to do that after that discussion. It sounds premature.
Mhm.
Okay, because my concern on the discussion today is that in fact, the commercial moorings, there was a moratorium put on commercial moorings in 1987. So I think that might play into the plans moving ahead. There is no transfer process of commercial moorings to another entity in the code. And commercial moorings cannot be accessed to private docks in the code. So these are other things that are going to make it more difficult for Andrea Carter to get use of those moorings. And I'm sure you all know, and the new board members should know as well, that I'm not against them getting the transfer of these moorings. It's just that the code is not allowing it to happen. So like you said, going forward with Jack's Marine being sold and those moorings are going to become an issue. I think, again, there must be something done about the mooring law. to make it happen, even if it's just for the few instances where it occurs. And I think we know what businesses are involved in that. So I think it's just something that everybody should consider going forward. My understanding is that Doc, now, in fact, if Miss Carter bought Mr. Bennett's property, that's a private dock. So that's all she has. It can't get any bigger. It's non-conforming, and the zoning would not allow her to be able to do any kind of changes to that dock going forward either. So just concerned about that. And the other one little follow-up was that the comprehensive plan, I still haven't seen the minutes of the summary of workshop number 2. Doesn't seem to be done.
I'll have to ask Coco about that.
Yeah, the first.
I know the answer to that.
Go ahead.
The answer to that is I'm waiting for Kevin to come in and repair my stuff so I can go back into those minutes and get them done for you. Okay, so that's what I'm waiting for to do then.
So what is it, the minutes from which one?
Workshop number 2.
Workshop number 2, yeah.
Okay.
Is that the one that had the multiple breakout groups?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that's a big task.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay, we're still waiting for Rich Zuckerman, our outside counsel, so I think nobody has anything else. I guess we can go into executive session and discuss the ongoing litigation before he gets
I
here.
can't,
Okay,
wait a minute.
you talking to us, Dot? No,
She's muting herself.
okay. All right, so I'll make a motion that we go into executive session.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, thanks, everybody.